This is a 1960s house with potentially a 1980s renovation with the triple knob shower tub combo. So you have cold, hot, and the diverter between the shower and the tub. And this particular one is leaking. So you can tighten this guy up a little bit and it leaks less, but it really doesn't stop leaking, because inside there the gasket is worn out. So we're going to try to replace that gasket. So step one is turning off the water. We're on a well pump, so I have to turn off the pump first. Then we turn off water to the entire house because we don't have a manifold that separates out that bathroom. Now we release the pressure in the lines. And can start work. So first we need to remove the screw that retains the knob here. I have a number 2 and a number 3 flathead screwdriver. I suspect this screw will work with a number 3. So that screw is holding the knob onto the shaft of the valve, but it's probably not going to be easy to get off even though the screw is removed, because we have to pull it straight out and pull it off of that shaft that it's been stuck on for decades. There are specialized tools that will pull this off with like a twisting motion and things that brace here and have a hook there, or a hook with a hammer weight on it, but I don't have any of those. So we are going to try very hard to not break the tile or my knob. So this is a plumber's handle, faucet remover, compression sleeve remover, and unless you're really lucky, you're going to need one to get that thing off the shaft it's stuck on. It cost me about $18 at the local hardware store. You don't need these parts for faucet handles, but you do need to back this guy out enough so that you can put these behind the handle and this in the hole. Alright, so once you have the gripper handles behind the faucet and this in the hole, you hold them on and you use the screw power to pull that guy off, like so. Now we want to unscrew not this thing, but the thing behind it, which means we need to get this cover off. And there's threads on the inside of it, so my belief is that they screw on here, and I'm going to have to cut the caulking or silicone seal on the outside and then unscrew it. In some places, the razor knife goes behind it easily. In other places, like this tile here, it doesn't really want to go behind it very easily. Alright, I've cut the caulking everywhere but this little section here, and I don't know if that's going to be enough to let it spin. Seems to be extremely tight against that particular tile. That tile might be up a little more. Alright, so let's just try turning it. Oh, there we go, it turned. Well, it only turned a quarter turn or so. I think it's binding up here a bit. But I think I can put a little more force on it and turn it more. Okay. Got it past a tough spot. can see all the silicone that was preventing water from getting into the wall there. So I'm going to clean up some of this. We're going to be replacing it when we put the faucet back together. Alright, now technically up to this point we don't have to have the water turned off, but when we start unscrewing that thing we definitely will, because water will just spray out if we don't. Alright, so usually how these guys are set up is the smaller nut here will let you get into the packing, and that's what keeps this guy from leaking when it's turned on. But we want to remove the whole valve stem, which is typically the bigger nut. Alright, once we get this thing loosened, we need to use the knob to loosen this guy to unscrew it from the inside. And that unscrewed these screws here. Alright, so that's the valve stem, and we are going to be replacing the little rubber bit held on by that screw there. Now because this guy rotates, we need to hold it with something while we are unscrewing the screw here to get that little rubber bit off. This one is very hard and doesn't have any give, and that's why it's leaking just a little bit. So we just need to buy one of these. So you have to go to the hardware store. It's best if you take the whole thing with you and go to a hardware store with a good supply of rubber gasket parts to replace that bit. If you're doing this, you probably want to buy two, one for the hot and one for the cold. Okay, so we went to the hardware store. Alright, so this is the 5/8 washer. It looks just slightly small, but that's before the screwdriver is used to screw it down. And so when you tighten that up, it squishes down and gets to be the right size. Alright, so that goes in. Alright, so we can turn the faucet shaft to get that in part way, and then we're going to have to tighten this guy up here. So first we're going to test if it actually seals this thing. So that opens, that seals. So now I can turn on the water, and if it works, water won't be spraying out of this thing. Now I haven't tightened that down, so water may come out of here when I open it. Alright, I've screwed this back in place. This guy here, we want to test and make sure that the operation shuts the water off. So I can turn the water on and test that. Now when I open this, I may get leakage around here because we've been messing with the in and out of that guy in the packing. So if that happens, we'll have to take this guy off, put some packing in there, put it on. Alright, so the primary goal is accomplished. It doesn't drip when it's turned off. Also, to check, when it's turned on, water is not coming out past the packing here. So this valve is working as it's supposed to, and now all we have to do is put it back together. Now, we took a lot of sealant off of there, so we need some silicone sealant to put under there before we screw that cover back on. Alright, we have a generous ring of silicone sealant there. We're trying not to get it on the threads here. And as we get close here, it's supposed to start smooshing out. There we go. Now we just wipe the excess off, preferably without it dropping on top like that. and hopefully have a complete seal all the way around. And if you have extras on your finger, you can stick it up anywhere you think you might be missing stuff. Now we put the faucet back on, and usually you point it down like that to be where you want the off position to be. And then we just reinsert the screw and tighten it up. And we now have a faucet that actually turns the drip off. Now the cold water one isn't as bad. If you push it really hard, you can mostly stop the drip, but it's the same age. So we're going to do the same thing with the cold side.